welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Kirija and it's been a long time that I've posted a YouTube video. I was really in a procrastinating slump in terms of everything, to be honest. And so I was not reading too many books, I was not doing anything that I love doing, including shooting videos. But the last vlog was about me turning 20 and it was only 2 minutes long, but yeah, that was the vlog. And now uh, I'm making this video on all the books that I've read and that I would recommend. I had made this similar video before, but then I deleted it because the video quality was very dark and I didn't like it, so I deleted that video. Again, I was in a very bad book slump, so I did not read a lot of books this year, so you will see the same books that I recommended before, but I'm making this video because I deleted the last one. So again, I would like to tell you how I got into reading. So in our school, we used to have this library period where we used to go to the library and take any book we want, and we used to take that book for a week. We used to take it home. And I got into reading because of this one children's book, that is Geronimo Stilton. I have two of its books at home. I bought it during my school time in the book fair that used to happen in our school. But these are the reasons, these books are the reasons that I got into reading. And then I started reading other books like romantics and classical ones. I haven't read a lot of classical books, to be honest, and I want to get into classical literature. Being a literature student, obviously, I'm doing a English literature degree, so obviously I want to get into that side of reading. But I was in a very bad slump and I couldn't get into reading. So yeah, so the first book that I will talk about is one of my favorite, and that is this one, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn, Hugo. So when I was reading this book, I really expected at least one man to be better for her, because she got married to 7 men and not one could be a good man to her. And her story was so sad. I felt so bad for her. The thing is, the whole book has this glamorous mood, Hollywood, glamour, heartbreak, and it is cinematic. I've written down what I felt about the book in my phone, so I'm going to read from it. So I really love the plot because it is like old Hollywood story, all the Hollywood secrets, and the story is like something that will stay with you, because even now I would like to reread this book just to feel the heartbreak, the glamour that she lived in, but she also went through so many hardship, and she came from a background that was really, you know, bad. And then she made a life for herself and her daughter, but still had a very tragic ending, which is really not something I expected for her. I expected a very happy ending, but that didn't happen. But yeah, if you like something like secret, glamour, heartbreak, and also seeing men fumble very good, beautiful women, you should try reading this book. Uh, this was the start of me reading books. The next book that I would talk about is The Spanish Love Deception. So again, this book was good when I first read it, and I was like, oh, it is a really good romance book. But then there are so many better romance books than this one. So if you want to get into romantic books, I would say you can go for it. But again, it is not that good. If you're a beginner, you will find it really good. But then if you read other books, you will be like, nah, it was not that good. It was not the worth the hype, I would say. But it is fake dating, cute, warm. Again, it is romantic. It has a lot of romance. It is something you would watch once on Netflix and would never go back to. Yeah. The next one is The Love Hypothesis. Okay, so this one is better than the last one. I would suggest not to go for the Spanish Love Deception. Either go for this one, The Love Hypothesis. It is romantic. It is about fake dating again. It is cute, but it is also a little nerdy academia, and I think that is something I really love when both are nerds and both are someone who is really intelligent and they fall in love with each other. And it is like, if you love soft boys kind of romance, then you should go for this one. And yeah, so if you want to get into romantic books, you can start with this one, and it is really good. I can, you know, say that because I really liked it. It was cute, it was soft, it was the storyline was good, and the way he took stand for her in the book when she needed it, so that was the best thing for me. So do read this. So those two books, this one and Evelyn Hugo one, are the best in my eyes. Then I read this book. This is by ML Rio, If We Were Villains, and I love this book. I'm going to reread this one in the start of Jan maybe, because I really love this book. It is classical, it is about drama students, so I've written about it. It is like dark academia, and it is Shakespeare. It is a lot inspired by Shakespeare. The author was really inspired by him, and so you will have so many dramas in this that the drama students are going to play, which are inspired, like which are by Shakespeare, and how those drama are chosen in terms of the story of this book is so beautiful. And so again, it is dark academia, it is Shakespeare, it has tragedy, it is tragedy. You won't find a happy ending here, but it is worth it. It is worth the brain, heartbreak and the brain stopping moment. It was for me. So yeah, if you want to read this, I would say go for it. It is a 10 on 10 read in my terms, because come on, it is a little on the classical side. It has Shakespeare, it has tragedy, it has the dark vibe, and the mystery that the main character is trying to solve in this is so interesting to read. You'll be like, who is the killer? But until the end, you won't know. So, yeah, do read this one. The next one that I will talk about is none other than this one, Sputnik Sweetheart by Haruki Murakami. So, again, this book was really not rated online. It was like the ratings were not good, and I thought it was going to be a very bad reading because the ratings were not good. So do not trust people. Again, do not trust me as well, but I'm telling you my experience about the books. But those people had rated this book for 2 stars or something like that, and I didn't understand why, because this book is really beautiful. I really liked it because, see, it is dreamy, it is lonely, and the way the story is narrated, the way Murakami had made the characters amazing. I loved Miu's character. She was described in such a way. I was like, again, who cannot fall in love with her, right? And the the one who is narrating the story has every right to fall in love with this girl who is really beautiful, like, not in terms of the beauty standards that the world has set, but in terms of her own personality, her own beauty. She was really beautiful in that way, and the way he has explained, the way he has narrated her, described her, is so good. And the book is so good. It was mysterious, it was dreamy, it was surreal, and the thing is, you would not know what would happen in the end. To be honest, it is kind of open ending, but do give it a read. I really love this book, and I would do anything to read it again, because I read this book in 2 days. Yeah, the whole day is to sit reading this book. I'm a little slow reader, and also there were my exams were over that time, and then I picked up this book to read, and so I was a little slow that time. But it only took me 2 days to read. It might take you one, but do give it a read because it is really, really beautiful. And the thing is, the story remains with you because I remember the story fully and it kind of remains in your heart, but you really can't explain it, okay? You can really not talk about it, but it stays with you. Something like that. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like that type of beautiful. The next one is my favorite, and I think I will continue reading this one again and again because it was not just an autobiography thing, okay? It was like a journal. The book is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton, and I really love her this book. It is her autobiography. That's what this book is about. But what I love about this book is it doesn't feel like a book, it feels like a journal. Like she has done a journal entry about every day in her life, about how messy her life gets as she gets into her 20s, and how her friendship is changing, how female friendship is important. So if you love something like that, if you love reading, doing journaling, or if you love reading books that are very, what do you say, very much about one's life, but in not in a serious way, but in a way that makes you feel human, that makes you feel all the emotions that are out there. So I have written something about the book. The book is messy, it has honest female friendships, it has, it is really honest to you, you know. It won't like tell you that, oh, 20s are going to be really beautiful, or 20s are the best, 20s are the best moments, best years of your life again. But it is not going to tell you that 20s are going to be really beautiful and every day is going to be beautiful. No, it's not. It's going to have its hard moments. You're going to have it, you're going to lose your path, you're going to lose your spark, you're going to lose you know, the feeling or the motivation to pursue the career you started in your, what, 18, at the age of 18 or 19. So you're going to lose all that, and you will find a new path, you will find a new career, you will be more honest towards yourself, and you will have the best friendships. And one thing this book made me realize is you need female friendships no matter what. And I'm really lucky, I do have female friendships, I have great friends. um, like my best friend Gayatri, she is my best friend since school, since 9th standard, okay. My college best friend Tanisha, Prachi, uh, and again I have other girls with my sister who are my friends, and all of those, so all of them, these are the best girls in my life, like Sakshi, Sanjana, Vaishnavi, Shreya, my sister. And I think something, when I read this book, something that, you know, sparked in my mind was, oh, I have the friendship they are talking about. And you know, these friendships are going to change, they are going to evolve, but they are not going to break. And female friendship is really, really, really important because no one can understand other female like a female for some reason. And so yeah, please do read this book. I'm going to read it this again because again I am in my 20s now. I've turned 20, and you can keep reading it until you get into your 30s and still keep reading it, because life never is similar, it's never going to be same. And you should always have good friendship, good people around you, and always be honest about what you want from life. So it is less of a book and more of a journal by her, and you can keep reading it again and again, and you will feel different every time you read this book. You know, the first time I read it, I was like, damn, life changes so fast. Like one moment you're thinking about going out and playing, and the next moment you are thinking about, oh, so what job am I applying today, our LinkedIn profiles. So yeah, this book is about that, and you would love it. I talked about it a lot, but I love that book. Next one is Verity. Again, I'm not a big fan of Kulan Hoover. I have read her other books, Ugly Love and If It Ends With Us. I did not love it, so I'm not recommending it. But this one, I think they are doing a movie adaptation for this book. Yeah, but this book is really good. It is dark, it is twisted, it is addictive. The edition that I have doesn't have the letter that the girl finds it at the end, uh, but I read that part from my friend's book. So make sure you check the book before buying it, because this one doesn't have the last letter that the female reads, and you should read that letter to understand what really is the ending of the book. You really don't know, okay, if Verity really killed her daughters, or she was just doing her writer's practice. Who is the wrong one in this book? And so yeah, that's the reason it is very dark, it is very twisted, but it is good for one reason, because Cullen Hoover doesn't write good books, and for her to write something like Verity is a surprise to me. So yeah, do give it a try. Don't buy it, you can just read it online somewhere if you find a PDF. So yeah, in that way you should read that. Don't buy her book. Do not give encouragement to her. That's what I will say. Because her books are not that good, except this one, I would say. Yeah, because this book is like, you can read it once, you can reread it again and again. It's because of my braces, okay? Ignore it. But you can read this book again and again. You can read this one. It's like a one night thing, and it is fun, it is dark, it is addictive, and you will love it the moment you read it. But then don't go and read other of her books, are not that good. I won't recommend that. Yeah, but also this book is really dark, because when I read it, I was really scared of Verity, because I was like, how dark can a person be if she was the wrong one? And I kind of got those, no sleep at night vibes. I kept thinking about it again and again when I completed it. And I didn't know about the last letter that this book doesn't have. I was talking with my friend, and she was like, did you read the last letter? I was like, no. And she showed me that her book has this last letter that the girl receives. And then I read that part, and then I didn't have sleep at night, because I was continuously thinking, who is the wrong one in this? But you won't know, because it is the open ending. But yeah, it is a good book. You can read it once. So yeah, that is the collection of my books. And the other books that I'm going to read now are this one, Tess of the Devils by Thomas Hardy. So I'm going to read this book, and this is also a tragedy. Uh, and I really love this one. Was Thomas Hardy's famous book, so I'm going to love reading it, because this is a tragedy, and I love books that don't have happy ending for some reason. So yeah, I'm going to read this one, and also this one, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, if that's how you pronounce it. I will look into the pronunciation later. But these are the two books that I'm planning to read now. I'm starting with this one. Sorry, not this one. This one this week. And then I'm going to read this one. And then I'm going to read these three books. This one, Everything I Know About Love, Sputnik Sweetheart, and If We Were Villains. These three books I'm going to reread them again. And also, one thing I would like to say is, if you're reading books, do keep a journal or something like that just for the books and the movies you watch. And whenever you read something or watch something and you feel certain way or you have a different thoughts, do write it down. And do write about, oh, the author made me, whatever the author wrote made me feel this way, or whatever the character went through made me feel that way, or whatever thoughts that come into your mind when you read a book or watch a movie. Because sometimes if you're a creative, if you want to be an artist, or if you're a creative person and you want to create things, ideas come through reading. And while you read it, you start thinking about whatever you read, right? And sometimes when you read something, you think about something else through that, and an idea comes into your mind and you don't write it down, or you don't write about what you felt, what you read, what you thought. The thought goes away and you forget the idea that you got. So do one thing, kind of journal about whatever you read, whatever you write, whatever you watch, because uh, it is a good way to kind of keep a track of whatever you're watching and whatever you're reading. I like to do it. My journal is not near right now, I forgot to take it. But yeah, I like to read and watch things, and also write about the author, little information about the author, and what I felt about his or hers this book, and what I felt about this movie that I watched, and if did I cry, and if I cry, why did I cry, and what was the line from the book or from the movie that touched my heart, and why, and how is this movie or this scene or this line, connecting with my life. So I do like doing that, because you can say I have a lot of free time, but I also like capturing things in written way, just for me to go through it one day and feel nostalgic. Yeah. So these are my book collection, and these are the books that I've read and I would recommend. And I would talk about the other two books which I'm going to read in other video, in the vlog or something like that. But yeah, uh, this is the video, and I know I have been off for a long period. I will be back again with movie recommendations, because I have watched a lot of movies in my free time and I would like to recommend it to you guys. Anyways, bye guys. Have a good day, evening, afternoon, night, whatever. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.